Try this right now. Tickle the bottom of your foot. Go ahead, I'll wait. Try to tickle yourself. Your ribs, your feet, anywhere. Nothing, right? But if someone else does it, you'll be squirming immediately. Why is that? The answer reveals something incredible about how your brain works, and it's way more fascinating than you think. By the end of this video, you'll understand why your brain is essentially predicting the future, and what happens when that prediction goes wrong. Let's start with a simple fact. You physically cannot tickle yourself. Scientists have tested this extensively. You can press hard on your ribs, drag your fingers across your feet, even try to surprise yourself by closing your eyes. Nothing works. The tickle sensation just doesn't happen. But here's where it gets interesting. In the 1980s, researchers at University College London built a machine specifically to study this. They created a robotic arm that could tickle people. Participants controlled the arm with a joystick, and the arm would tickle their palm. When there was no delay between moving the joystick and the tickle, people felt almost nothing. But when the researchers added even a small delay, just a fraction of a second, suddenly the tickle sensation came back. The longer the delay, the more ticklish it felt. This experiment revealed something profound about how your brain works. Your brain is constantly predicting what's about to happen to your body. Every single moment, your brain is running predictions about the world around you. It's not just passively receiving information from your senses, it's actively guessing what's coming next. This is called the forward model of motor control. Here's how it works. When you decide to move your hand, your brain sends two signals. The first signal goes to your muscles, telling them to move, but simultaneously a second signal goes to your sensory areas, basically saying, hey, we're about to feel our hand touching our ribs in about 0.2 seconds. Your brain then compares what it predicted would happen with what actually happens. If they match, your brain cancels out the sensation. It essentially says, yeah, we knew that was coming, no need to pay attention to it. This is incredibly useful. Imagine if every time you walked, you felt the full sensation of your feet hitting the ground, or every time you blinked, you were acutely aware of your eyelids moving. You'd be overwhelmed with sensory information about things you're causing yourself. So your brain filters out predictable sensations to focus on what matters, unexpected things in your environment, things that might be threats or opportunities or social interactions. But this raises an obvious question. Why does tickling exist at all? If your brain cancels out self-caused sensations, why did we evolve to be ticklish in the first place? What's the point? Scientists believe tickling serves multiple purposes. First, it's a warning system. Most ticklish spots on your body, your ribs, your neck, your feet, your armpits, are also vulnerable areas. These are places where your vital organs are close to the surface, or where important blood vessels run. Being ticklish in these areas makes you instinctively protect them. It's a defense mechanism. When something unexpectedly touches these vulnerable spots, the tickle sensation makes you pull away and check what it is. Is it a bug, spider, something dangerous? But there's also a social component. Children who are tickled more tend to laugh more as adults. Tickling plays a role in social bonding, especially between parents and children. It teaches kids about physical boundaries, social play, and how to signal when something has gone too far. Interestingly, you can't be tickled if you're not in the right mindset. If you're anxious, scared, or in a bad mood, tickling often doesn't work. You need to feel safe and playful. This is why tickling is almost always a social activity. And here's a weird fact. Rats are ticklish too. When researchers tickle rats, they emit ultrasonic chirps that are basically rat laughter. And just like humans, rats can't tickle themselves either. Now here's where things get really interesting. What happens when your brain's prediction system malfunctions? Remember that robotic tickle machine? The delay experiment revealed something crucial. When there's a gap between your action and the sensation, your brain can't accurately predict what's coming. The prediction fails, and suddenly you feel the full sensation. This has huge implications for understanding certain mental health conditions. People with schizophrenia, for example, often have a disrupted sense of agency. They sometimes can't tell whether thoughts or actions are their own or caused by someone else. Some researchers believe this might be related to a breakdown in the prediction system. Their brain's forward model isn't working correctly, so they can't distinguish self-generated sensations from external ones. In fact, some studies have found that people with schizophrenia can sometimes tickle themselves. Their prediction system is impaired enough that self-caused sensations aren't being filtered out properly. There's also a rare condition called syncheiria, where touching one side of your body causes sensation on the other side. People with this condition report being able to tickle themselves because the sensation appears in an unexpected location, breaking the prediction. And here's something that might blow your mind. This prediction system is why you can't hear your own voice the way others hear it. When you speak, your brain predicts what your voice will sound like based on internal signals. But when you hear a recording, there's no prediction, so it sounds completely different and often disturbing. This brain prediction system affects way more than just tickling. It's why you can't scare yourself by jumping out from behind a corner. It's why professional athletes talk about being in the zone. Their prediction systems are so finely tuned that they can anticipate what's happening milliseconds before it occurs. It's also why magic tricks work. Magicians exploit the gap between what your brain predicts and what actually happens. Your brain is so confident in its predictions that when something violates them, you're shocked. This system is even relevant to technology. Engineers designing robotic prosthetics have to account for this. If there's too much delay between a person thinking about moving their prosthetic arm and the arm actually moving, it feels foreign and unnatural. But when the timing is right, the brain accepts it as part of the body. Virtual reality developers face similar challenges. If there's lag between your head movement and what you see, your prediction system detects the mismatch and you feel motion sickness. The prediction says one thing, reality shows another, and your brain freaks out. So, can you ever tickle yourself? There's actually one way to do it, and it uses that delay principle we talked about. If you build a device that delays your touch by just a fraction of a second, you can tickle yourself. The longer the delay, the more effective it is. Some researchers have built apps that do this. You touch a screen and a vibration on your phone happens 200 milliseconds later. That tiny delay is enough to break your brain's prediction, and suddenly, you can tickle yourself. You can also try this low-tech version. Use a feather or a piece of string to tickle yourself, but move it in random, unpredictable patterns. If you can break your own prediction, you might feel a slight tickle, but it's hard. Your brain is really good at predicting your own movements. So there you have it, narration. You can't tickle yourself because your brain is constantly predicting the future. Every move you make, your brain is already anticipating what it will feel like and canceling out the sensation before you even experience it. This isn't a bug, it's a feature. It lets you focus on what matters, the unexpected, the important, the potentially dangerous. It's how your brain filters the world, separating signal from noise. And when that system breaks down, whether through a delay, a medical condition, or a clever trick, suddenly you can feel things you normally can't. Your brain's predictions fail, and reality comes flooding in. If you learned something new today, hit that like button. Subscribe to The More You Know for more mind-bending facts about how your brain and body work. Drop a comment and let me know. Did you try to tickle yourself during this video? Be honest. This is The More You Know, and now you know a little bit more.